What's up, everybody? This is Marcy with the One-on-One Boxing Podcast. You already know I got my boy Reef with me. Our goal is to bring y'all the best boxing content out, provide y'all with breakdowns, predictions, in-depth analysis, and anything boxing. Before we get started, Reef, how you feeling, brother?
I feel good, man. We back.
We back. So today we'll be talking about Deontay Wilder. Is he back? He's fighting tonight. We will be talking about Floyd Schofield versus Tevin Farmer on the Jake Paul undercard. And Brian Norman Jr. versus Devin Haney is rumored to be a done deal. They verbally agreed. Bill saying Dev signed it. The Normans are staying closed mouth. So we're going to be getting into that and our thoughts on that. Let's jump into it. Actually, before we do that, Keyshawn issued an apology today. I'm going to read his apology, and I wanted to get your thoughts on it.
Okay.
For these past few weeks, I've reflected over my actions, and I apologize to everyone that I've affected. I let my supporters down, especially the youth that looked up to me, and I will set a better example. Thanks, everyone that's still checking up on me. Hashtag all love, and in the end, the truth will reveal itself. Hashtag Godbody. Godbody is like his mantra. What did you think about that?
Keyshawn could have kept that shit. We forgot about all that. Like, you know what I'm saying? That happened like how many weeks ago? Maybe like 2 weeks ago. It died down. We forgot about it. Like, you know what I'm saying? I don't think it's sincere. I think this is something to throw out there. Maybe he got a fight coming up in the works or some shit like that. But, you know, if you were sincere about that shit, like, I could see if you reached out behind closed doors first, like, you know what I'm saying, then I understand that, like, everything don't got to be for the gram. Everything got to be for social media. But if that was your way of apology and I was on the other foot, I would have told you, like, okay, tell me that when we get in the ring. Nigga, I don't want to hear that shit.
Yeah, to me, it's like, it almost seems, I don't want to say forced, but like it seems like I got to take accountability, but let me still put it on somebody else. Like that little spot in the end, like the truth will reveal itself. Nigga, you're the one that missed weight.
Yeah.
No, regardless of what happened, like with the whole fighting incident, you're the one that missed weight. And it really appears that you didn't even try to make weight. So what's going to reveal itself? Like, you know what
Yeah.
I mean?
Yeah.
And it don't seem genuine to me. You already know how I feel about Keyshawn. I ain't liking the way he's been moving.
Yeah, I feel like the whole truth gonna reveal itself. I think that was more aimed towards like the whole jumping situation. But he already came out and cleared that. The fighter, he came out that night and cleared it. Like they didn't jump him, they had it or whatever. But it wasn't a jump, so I feel like it was more of that. But whatever, however way it went down, I feel like all that was nutty and it was just uncalled for.
Yeah, and even the jump, and even if they didn't jump him, we saw what happened in the hallway. That shit was still uncalled for, and it was
Yeah,
a bad look,
yeah,
regardless of what happened. So yeah, I think this could have been handled better.
for sure, for sure.
Like you said, he was better off not saying anything at all.
Yeah, he's better on not saying nothing. But I feel like moving forward, he just gotta like learn how to stop moving off emotion. Like you know what I'm saying? You can't be sloppy, emotional all out here on national TV. Like you know what I'm saying? That's all I gotta say about him.
So Brian Norman versus Devin Haney is rumored to be a done deal. What's your thoughts on the fight? Do you like the fight? Do you got any early predictions? They're saying it's going to be in Saudi. Is that going to play a part in how it goes down? How you seeing this one?
Okay, I feel like I like the fight. I feel like now only reason why I like this fight right now for Dev is Dev got to get back. Like Dev got to do anything to get back. That's why I like this fight. I like Dev with the shits. Dev don't duck no action. But I feel like if Dev would have never lost to Ryan, the way he lost to Ryan, the things Brian Norman Jr. doing right now, I wouldn't like that fight for Dev right now. But being as though he got to get back, like I'm with it. And like I said, I like that he taking that big risk. I don't know. I don't know if he pulled it off for Brian Norman. I don't know if I want to see Brian knocking him out. Like I don't know. Like I don't know, man.
I like the fight a lot. I think this is a better fight for the both of them. They both were trying to fight Boots, and not that I'm trying to cape for Boots or nothing like that. I think this is a perfect fight for both of them. I think for Brian Norman, it gets him on a different spotlight. Like he's never been on a stage like this before. His dad was just talking about how he's headlined a fight in Atlanta before, but it wasn't nothing to this
Yeah,
magnitude. You
yeah,
know what I'm
yeah.
saying? Like, so this is putting him on a higher light. And for Dev, he's challenging himself once again. Like you said, Dev don't duck no smoke, and I like it. I think that Dev is a good boxer, so I think he can still, if he can get out of his own head he'll be just fine.
Yeah,
Brian
yeah,
Norman's punching. We seen what he just did to Jen Sasaki. That's
yeah,
probably the knockout of the year.
yeah.
So he is punching. Dev would have to be cautious, and I think, but mentally, if he's there, he could box his way out of this. I think.
Yeah, I feel like mentally, if he there, he definitely could box his way out of this. But also too, I feel like if Brian Norman just coming in there for the knockout and he don't get the knockout, I don't see him winning. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, cause like you said, Dev can box. Dev's a good boxer. So I feel like Brian Norman just got to come in with a game plan. Dev got to just tighten his game plan up, and I like it. I mean, I don't got nothing bad to say about it. I like it.
Yeah, keep that hand up, and he's been working on it. Like we've seen it. He had the hand up. He just wasn't engaging
He
with
wasn't engaged.
Ramirez.
Yeah,
So if we can get some engagement, use that jab, he might have the best jab in boxing. You
yeah,
know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
yeah,
So
yeah.
keep using that jab and just use all the tools that you got. And my bad, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, go ahead.
And not comparing Prograis to Brian Norman. That's not what I'm saying. But if you look at when Dev moved up, when he moved up from 35 to 40, he fought Prograis. He had a lot more pop on his punches. He
Yeah,
beat the shit out of Prograis. Like
yeah.
he was
He
hurting
did.
Prograis.
He did.
And then when he moved up to 47, he was still shell shocked. I'm gonna give him a pass on that. We scrutinized him for it,
Yeah.
but I'm gonna give him a pass on that. We could see some more pop from him at 147. He might be able to bang a little bit. I ain't saying you want to just go in there and bang after we see that Brian Norman's punching.
Yeah.
I ain't saying you want to go in there and bang with him like that, but I'm saying shit, he might be able to hurt Brian Norman. Who knows?
Yeah, I feel like this is gonna be a good test for Dev. I feel like this is a real good test for Dev. Just because, like, after all the scrutiny he got backlash, from his last two fights, you know what I'm saying? So I feel like if Dev could pull this off, I feel like Dev will be back. I feel like he'll be back if he pull this off. And not saying Brian Norman is this big top competitor, but like you said, you see what he out here doing, and he not no slouch. So I definitely feel like he got some heat coming in. I feel like it's too early for me to make predictions right now. Let me spin the block once they get in training camp and, things get a little close, then I could, put my little prediction out there.
For sure. Is Brian Norman the guy at 147 now that Boots is gone? Like who's the guy now that Boots is gone? Is it Brian Norman? Is it Rolly? Is it Dev? Is it Ryan? Like who is it?
I feel like at the end of the day, nobody really proving themselves to be top dog right now. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, Rolly, yeah, you got the good win over Ryan. You know what I'm saying? Ryan, you got the good win over Dev, but you just lost. Like, you know what I'm saying? Dev, you lost, but then you came back with the shitty performance. And Brian Norman, like, we just ain't see enough yet. Like, you know what I'm saying? Not saying you don't got what it takes, but I like to see a little more from him. Like,
I wanted to say Brian Norman. I did, but I can agree with you. But if it's anybody, I would say it's Brian Norman. He's the guy that's been there the long. He's the longest tenured. You know what I mean?
yeah.
And Haney and Ryan are the biggest names. But as far as just Brian Norman, he's the longest tenured, and he's the more natural at the weight. So
Okay.
I would go with him.
Okay. Okay.
Deontay Wilder's fighting tonight. Is he back? Like, how's this gonna go tonight?
I honestly feel like I don't know. I feel like he's just too inconsistent with me. I don't know. Maybe after this fight, I could determine if he's back. If not, but then again, can I determine that because the guy he's fighting is not the sharpest. You know what I'm saying? So if he beats this guy, then he get recognition. If is he back? If he loses, should he retire? At this point, I don't know. I really don't know about Wilder. And being as though I don't know, I'm going to say he might as well go on or retire. Because if I don't know really too much and you ain't consistent enough, yeah, you off my board. How you feel about him?
This is tough for me because I really like Wilder. I felt like he should retire. I felt like he took a lot. He took a couple beatings with Fury. He's coming off of two losses. He got knocked out bad by Zhang. I don't know if you
Yeah,
remember that.
yeah,
That was
yeah,
when
yeah. He
he
tried to
like
turn
turned
his back.
around and turned his back.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So that was just, I thought he should retire. As far as Wilder now, I just feel like the trilogy with Tyson Fury, I feel like it took everything out of both of them. Tyson Fury wasn't the same after that either.
No, no,
He
no,
went, he
no.
lost to Ngannou. He won technically, but
Yeah,
like we
but he
watched
lost
that
to
fight.
Ngannou. Yeah, he lost.
Yeah, he lost to Usyk twice. Not saying Usyk isn't one of them, but I'm just
But
saying
yeah,
he didn't look like the Tyson Fury. And
nah,
I think that trilogy took everything out of the both of them. And
yeah.
I think that they probably should have just called it quits, both
Wrap
of
that
them
up.
after that.
Wrap that
Yeah.
shit up. Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't be mad at it. I mean, like I said, I definitely wouldn't be mad at it. I mean, Tyson Fury, like at least he came back. Like, well, he did lose. And he came back. He lost twice, but I don't know. Deontay Wilder, he just don't look the same like you said.
Yeah. So I'm a rock with Wilder for tonight, but I don't.
Yeah, yeah, of course. I'm a rock with Wilder for sure.
I'm yeah definitely gonna keep my. I'm anxious to see how this goes for real.
We'll see, man. Like I said, I don't know. So, like I said, after the night, maybe if you look a little different, look stronger, look sharper, like you know what I'm saying. Even though the opponent not may not be as good, but if you could go in there and really put on a good show, maybe knock him out, like I feel like you'll get eyes back on you. But if you get in there and put on a shitty performance and barely get the win, nobody wants to see that.
And then this is the fight I've been waiting. I've been waiting a long time for this one. Ever since they announced it, man. We got Tevin Farmer, your Philly brethren,
uh,
versus Floyd Schofield, man. What's gonna happen on Saturday night?
Listen, I seen some stuff today when they was at the press conference, and Tevin Farmer was just saying like you small, like your body hadn't developed yet, you still got baby muscles, and I get that, and you ain't been through the war yet, and I get that, but some way, somehow, I just don't see Tevin pulling the win off. I don't. I see Schofield pulling the win off. I do see Tev putting up a good fight, but I just don't think he could put up with the young kid. Like, you know what I'm saying? I just don't think he got it in him. He did look good, but he looked it on and off his last what's the beta fights to me. One fight he looked good. The last fight, the second fight he didn't look that good. You know what I'm saying? I just feel like he gets tired fast. He fight like his age. Like you know what I'm saying? Like he gets winded. Can he really go down rounds? And I just feel like Schofield is in the tuck waiting, and I feel like he gonna pull him in off.
So for me, I think there's a 50-50 fight. Schofield's probably the favorite, but for me, if you really look at it, Tevin Farmer just came off fighting 22 rounds against this exact style. Not as much power. Schofield definitely got some power, but the same style almost. Tev showed he really can box. He's a vet. Feels the young prospect. I feel like Schofield's going to come in here reckless, and I think Tev can potentially pick him apart. Now, is there a world where Schofield can win? Absolutely. I'm gonna go against the grain, and I'm gonna say I got Tev on this one.
But do you see Tev lasting all them rounds? Like you didn't see how he was just like so tired at the end when he was
Now
fighting with
that's
the
that's
Taylor and that's
that's one of my issues. That's one of
that's
my issues. Is he
that's
gonna gas out? Is he gonna gas out? The last fight was Zepeda. He hurt his hand. You know, shit happens. You can't really
yeah,
hold it against him.
yeah,
But I still, even with his hurt hand, I still thought he put up a good performance. Like given the circumstances, I thought he won the first fight. I thought he won the second fight too. I'm not gonna lie, but I thought it could have went either way. The first fight, I thought he clearly won, and I just think that Schofield is coming in so confident that I think he's overlooking Tev. And like I said, he's the vet. He just fought the same style for 22 rounds back to back.
And
Like,
I feel like opposite. I feel like Tab coming in and he always looking Schofield as oh he's just this little boy that he can't do nothing with. You know what I'm saying? And I just feel like that's where he's doubting him a little bit at. That's why I feel like I said, I'm gonna go with Schofield, brother. Like and like I said,
I think
I don't think he gonna get in there and just beat the shit out of Tab. Like I think Tab he still got some left, but I feel like that's more for somebody up closer to his age, not nobody that's younger and that's got that just got it, man. That just got that energy, that speed, and everything to just be there.
you don't think Tev is trying to play mind games with all the stuff he's saying because he knows them. Like they're like actually cool. Like they're actually like they have a relationship.
Not really, because I didn't really see too much trolling during the camp. I didn't really see too much aggression. Like even today, when Ted was walking up and like headbutting him, and Schofield was just laughing, so you could tell there's a mutual respect there. I just honestly think that's how he feels. Like I didn't really see no trash talk from nobody, to be honest. How about you? You seen any?
Yeah,
Okay.
well, it was from the dad. The dad was doing.
Well,
Little Schofield don't talk.
yeah, yeah,
You know what
but
I'm
that's what
saying?
I'm talking about. Of course, the dad gonna,
But then he backs it up too. Though, like I don't want to say backs it up. He co-signs it. Like he'd be laughing and he'd be like, oh, we can't say that, we can't say that. But then like this shit they do.
yeah, yeah, I
And like
know.
they were saying they were gonna knock Tev's eye straight, and
Okay,
his wife's gonna have to come get him out the ring
okay.
and just like you know what I'm
Who
saying?
was saying that? The dad.
They kind of were both playing off of each other.
Okay, okay, but that came from the dad, so
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah. Like I said, but like I said, I feel like that's just little, little shit. But I don't feel like it was no like disrespect or nothing like that. Like so,
So you got to go in a distance.
possibly, yeah. Possibly, because like I said, I don't know, man. Like I said, I just don't know. Like I don't want to say Schofield gets in there and knock him out. I don't think Tev knocks Schofield out. I just don't think he does. If he
No,
beat.
he doesn't.
I don't think he knocks Schofield. Yeah, I don't think he knocks Schofield out. But I don't want to just get in there and say Schofield knocks Tev out, because like you said, Tev that vet, Tev got the experience, Tev been in there with people to know that style. You know what I'm saying? But I
Mhm.
just feel like can Tev handle that power and that speed and just that pressure.
Yeah, that's why. Like, I don't think that Schofield, even if he is going to win, I don't think he's going to knock Tev out. I don't think it's a knockout either way. I think it
Yeah,
goes to the decision. And I like this. I don't agree. Not I don't say I don't agree. I don't look at the Jake Paul spectacles as boxing, like real
I
boxing.
mean,
But it is a big stage for the casuals
for
to
sure,
be,
for sure, for sure.
So this is big. This is really big
This is definitely big.
for them two to be fighting on this card.
I got a question for you though. If Schofield was to win this, who would you like to see Schofield next? Because Shakur said he ain't giving him a shot. I still want to see that, but Shakur not giving him a shot. But like, who would you like to see Schofield after this? Or if Tev pulled it off, who would you like to see Tev fight? Would you like to see Tev go get Shakur? Because you know he was calling for Shakur if he was to beat Zepeda.
I would like to see Tevin Shakur if Tev pulls it off. I don't know if I care for Schofield. I'm over that whole shit. After that whole shit in Saudi,
Yeah,
that shit
yeah, yeah,
that shit was corny to me. If it was a, you know what I mean.
yeah. I mean, that's understandable.
But for Schofield, I'm trying to think. Andy Cruz,
I can see that. I can see that. I can see that.
Maybe Andy Cruz,
I
Andy
can
Cruz,
see
Frank
that.
Martin. Frank Martin's been talking a lot of
Frank
shit out
Martin. I can
there.
see, yeah. And Frank Martin waiting for a fight too. I can see that. I can see that.
One of them guys.
Okay.
So after that, then we will be recapping the fight right after it happens Saturday night. We'll still be discussing Deontay Wilder on Saturday. It's tonight, but after we'll be discussing that on Saturday. But I think that's all we got.
All right, one-on-one boxing fam. That's all we got for y'all tonight. If you like this video, don't forget to hit that like button. Also, too, don't forget to subscribe. Until next time, one-on-one.
1-1.